Welcome back to Pressed Conference. Today we are talking all things Drag Race Season 17, Episode 7, The Snatch Game, with our extra special guest Vybe from Drag Race Down Under Season 4.
I want you guys to join in on the conversation. Please comment below, like, subscribe, do everything. As well as you can use hashtag Pressed Conference on Twitter to join in on the conversation and tell us what you think about the episode we'll be watching.
Also, be sure to stream our theme song, Pressed Conference by yours truly, Amanda, produced by Skeletal Key, aka Fred Velvet. Thank you, everyone, for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Gagged.
We have an extra special guest judge today, and I am so excited. They were one of my favorite queens from Drag Race Down Under Season 4. You can just tell the vibe just shifted right now. It's vibe right now. Hey!
Good morning. How are we, my loves? Good to see you.
Thank you so much for coming, and please tell us a little bit about where you are right now.
I'm mysteriously in an abandoned warehouse. I've been stolen. I've been put in some mysterious location so that we could do this. No, I've stolen a meeting room at work where you asked me to jump on. I was like, absolutely. I'm going to have to do it before we start the working day. But You know what, Camp? If I can start my day talking about Drag Race, absolutely. And it was a juicy episode too. So
it really was. In the Drag Race Wiki, the bio, it says that you are a regular host at Stonewall. So I want to ask you, did anybody die at Stonewall?
You know what? Famously, nobody died at Stonewall. But what can you do? Well, maybe actually, there is a rumor at Stonewall that there's 3 floors at the Stonewall we have in Sydney, and there is a rumor that it's haunted because apparently there's the spirit of a little girl there. So maybe someone did die at Stonewall, and Willem was right. Wait, not Willem. Derek Barry was right this whole time.
Wait, spirit of a little girl. The conservatives are not going to like that.
No, but it's fine. We don't read to them. So it's fine. She just wants us.
So are you enjoying season 17?
I'm really loving it. I think, the US season's I love when they introduce something new. And the Badunkadunk tank was wild. Little insane and crazy. Don't know, I hope Michelle got a bonus for having to wear a bathing suit every week. I will say that. But I'm really loving it. I think the girls have they're a fun group of girls, and I don't think they're afraid to get a little bit messy and jump in and sort of hang shit on each other, which I absolutely love.
So you guys are one of the few queens who got to be hosted by Michelle Visage. So do you see any difference between Michelle as a host and when you're watching the season as a judge? Do you see any difference?
You know what? Michelle's famous for being not harsh, but hard and firm with her critique. She does want the best from you. But I think what I sort of notice is the difference in our season, having her as host, rather than having her in in a judge capacity, was that she was a lot more maternal with us. I feel like she was a lot more you are my babies. Let me help you. What can we do together? Let's have a really good experience together. And then I think when she does step into the sort of more traditional judge role with Ru as host, I feel like you just see less of her potentially being that caring side. But knowing her, I think she's definitely she would be caring for every single one of those girls. I absolutely know that. I just think it's what's shown in the episode.
Do you think that in the future, when Ru eventually retires, do you think Michelle could step up to that role on the US franchise as well?
You know what? I would love to see it. I think having Michelle as a host, and when we sort of knew that she was the host, I think your brain goes I wonder how this is going to be. I wonder if it's going to feel different or it's going to give it a different flavor kind of thing. And I definitely think it did give Down Under season 4 a refresh, a revamp, it felt like. But I don't know. I would love to see her host more seasons, but I can also see some iconic queens that have gone through the US seasons and won, potentially stepping into that hosting role as well. I could see Bianca Del Rio hosting in a second.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be great. She will straighten up Snatch Game in a minute.
In less than a minute. It would be during the audition phase. You're out.
So, this episode was a Snatch Game. So I want to know your thoughts on Snatch Game because let me start by saying that Down Under is one of my I love Down Under. Like season 2 and season 4 is like one of my favorite seasons, hands down. I enjoyed it so much. And I'm not just saying that because you're in front of me, but Snatch Games in Drag Race Down Under,
not good.
Yeah,
not good. Yeah, I think we're all very aware of that, and I think it's a hard challenge too.
It is. So, do you like this challenge? Do you think it's there's a reason it's a staple? Like, do you agree with it being like a staple challenge?
I do. I absolutely love it. Like, it's probably one of the episodes or the challenges, sorry, that regardless of what iteration of Drag Race it is, whether it's US, America, UK, whatever it is, I think it's one of the ones that I wait for. I will say I can definitely see that it's sort of not been as strong in recent years. I only put it down to like so many queens have done it really well. And I think the standard for doing really well has also risen. Yeah. Because some people will sort of go in and do an iconic character that we know. But I think sort of as we saw with this season and a couple of the last few seasons, a lot of the queens are going to like fictional characters or completely made up characters. I don't hate it. I love it if it's done well, but I feel like it's a slight plane crash.
We're going to talk about that, so we should move on to the Snatch Game. Before we get into the Snatch Game, in this episode, Alyssa Edwards was the mentor. What do you think? Like, do you think our global queen did a good job?
Do you know what? I think Alyssa is always Alyssa, full stop. Yeah. And I mean, if I was in that room and Alyssa walked in, you already know that it would be like a kiki, a good time. Yeah. Like she's there to have a giggle and all of that. I will give you a little fact though. The wig that she's wearing was styled by my sister Ivy League.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we were sitting there watching it. I was sitting there and she was like, I think I did that wig. And I went, I'm pretty sure you did. I'm pretty sure you did. So.
I was
like, you know what? I'll claim it for you. I'll claim it.
Yeah. So also RuPaul with the Kori King's shoes. That
was hilarious.
Oh my God.
And as soon as she sort of like left the table and goes searching for her, I was like, she came into that room with a mission. She was like, I'm going to find that butt ugly ankle boot and I'm going to hold it in front of your face and see how you react.
She's been so messy this season and I love it. Like her telling Lana that we were thinking of putting you in the bottom. Like last, it was crazy.
She's just, you know what? I feel like she's now gotten to the point where she's like, no, I need to have fun too. So sorry, I'm gonna giggle.
I just love RuPaul. Now we'll talk about the Snatch Game because there's a lot. Let's start with Acacia Forgot, who played Trisha Paytas. What did you think of that? Like,
I mean, look, I think her last name was perfect for this challenge because it was a little bit forgettable. I think she gave me more, and I was trying to remember her name on the way here, but I absolutely couldn't.
Oh,
I forgot to Google.
I thought she looked like Kitty Scott Claus.
Oh my God, true. But she also looks like, you know, that American like psychic with the massive hair?
Lisa from Long Island
That's
Medium.
Who she reminded me of, and I was like, okay, I can see that. But then, I didn't get like Trisha Paytas' voice. Like, she looked great, but I just didn't see Trisha.
It was so, I was like, it's that Kitty Scott Claus doing
wild.
And then we have Suzie Toot, who played Ellen Green from the Little Shop of Horrors. And what do you think? She really thought she was going to win.
Yes, she was sure. I think if she had been like, I'm also going to judge this episode, she would have won. Yeah. Full stop. But as soon as she popped up on the screen, I couldn't stop seeing Aubrey Have from Down Under season.
Oh my God! Yes!
Yes! I was like, oh my God, I feel like I've seen a similar wig and the blue in the eye. I was like, I know you very well. But I will say her like gag with the scissors, like that was funny, but I don't know. I feel like there was more to be done with the character. Like it's a big character. And again, it's one of those ones where you can sort of like make up how they are to a degree. Yeah. Like it could have been very like how Jinx Monsoon approached it with her characters. I feel like you could have had a little bit more fun with it, but she did good. I didn't think she did bad, but yeah.
it's I just think this if this had hit, like she would have won because RuPaul loves, all these old school
Yes.
classics. So she would have ate this up, but she did not give anything, in my
No, it was
opinion. It
very
just
like middle of
yeah,
the line kind of thing.
yeah. And now we have Onya Nurve, who played Eddie Murphy. This was, I mean,
Oh,
it's
iconic.
yeah. And do you think she
So,
was
so good.
playing herself?
No, and I feel like I don't think that was like, I don't think it was a not fair thing to say, but I
Yeah,
think, she just had the mannerisms down, and like the way that Eddie smiles and the way that he does interviews is like, it's that
yeah,
manic like energy. And I just think she did that so well. And in comparison to sort of everyone else, bar maybe one or two in this challenge, she was the clear front runner. Like,
yeah, 100%.
incredible. Mm.
And also, like she said on a tweet that she was almost going to play Dave Chappelle. Thank God.
Which you know what? Drama, absolute psychotic behavior, but I kind of would like to see that as well. Like, I want to see the audition tape with both characters and
Yeah,
like, fuck Dave Chappelle, absolutely hate him to death. But I feel like Anya would have really made that hilarious.
yeah. She just has so much energy and charisma. Like I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Talking about not talking about this. Arietty as Cupid. Any
Mm,
thoughts?
um, yeah, she looked great. She looked really,
Did
really
she though?
cute. I mean, I'll give her that. I'll give her that. If we're gonna compliment, we'll give it like a compliment sandwich. She looked
Okay.
really great. It was horrible, and she looked really great.
She's just a
But like,
baby.
she's just a baby, but like even babies
Oh,
are hilarious. So
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a couple of them just had like nowhere to go with their character, or they decided like, this is how I'm gonna do this snatch game, and then as soon as it sort of didn't pan out that that's like where the question went, or where
Yeah.
Rue was sort of like throwing you the feed that pigeons run to, like, yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
I'm just not a fan of doing non like celebrities. Like, what do you mean you're Cupid? This is an
Yeah.
impersonation challenge, not a create your own character challenge. Like, because that's a different
Mhm.
challenge. We have that on Drag Race. This
Yeah.
is an impersonation challenge. You're impersonating someone. So I I need them to like make it strictly like celebrity, someone that like there's a reference point. Because
Yes.
it's like Cupid, you can do whatever. And the thing is, like all these queens who create a character, they always do the same thing. It's either baby-ish or
Yeah.
it's very gay, like, oh yeah, queen, or it's very sassy and angry.
Yes, true.
It's
Very true.
always
And
the
I feel
same
like,
characterization.
yeah, I will say I did love when Trinity did Lucifer. I think that
Yeah.
was like one of my exceptions to the rule. But again, she just played like a super gay devil. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I will always laugh at a severely limp wristed member of our community. So that's why I enjoyed that. But Cupid was just, there was nothing in it. There was like,
At all.
I can't remember anything except for I'm just a baby. So,
Yeah. It's just I don't like this new trend that like it's a cop
mm,
out, I feel like, because they're like, oh, I'm just gonna create a character when that's not the challenge. And I know
yeah.
people are gonna disagree because I tweeted and I got a lot of like things, but I don't care. I'm gonna stand on this. I don't like it. It's like some people are like, oh, I'm gonna play concept of time. Girl, bye.
Yeah, I saw that too. And I was like, you know what? If you pick a big character that is a fictional one, like even you could like anchor it to someone who's played that character in a movie. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an example, but I'm probably not going to because it's very early in the morning in Australia. But yeah, I feel like it's just
Uh,
too big to try and
like Monet in All Stars when she did shit, I forgot name, but Monet was doing like a character played by that celebrity. I forgot. I'm
oh,
forgetting the names.
yes, it's in the front of my brain too. What is
Yeah,
it? We'll figure it out.
Trina
We'll
from
figure it out.
something. Oh yeah, so like something like that. Like you could still
Mm.
do that, but just creating. Oh, I'm gonna be like I said in a video. I said, oh, Michelle Visage's left toenail. That's gonna be my
Yeah.
character, and it's just, I
Like
don't
there's
like
no
that.
reference point for us to be like that was good or that was bad
Yeah,
because like yeah, it's in their power to sort of like say who or what that person
Yeah.
is. But yeah, I definitely prefer when, and it doesn't even have to be a good celebrity impression.
Yeah.
Like as
Like
long as there's
Beyonce.
an anchor point. Yeah, exactly. Insanity. Like, oh,
Amanda, what impersonation can you do?
I used to be able to do a really good Miranda Sings, but that's been
Oh.
long
heaven.
canceled.
Yeah.
The toxic gossip train has long since left the station, so I've retired that.
For the better. For the better.
For the better. Niru, what about you?
I can do, Sarah Paulson in American Horror Story when she is asked for a cupcake. She goes,
Heaven. So specific.
I don't want a cupcake.
I live. Lock it in.
So next up, we have Lydia B. Kollins as David Lynch. And what an interesting choice.
Very interesting. And like, this is one of the ones where I don't know David Lynch. I like, I've heard of the name, but I don't know what he looks like. I don't know how he is in interviews. Like, and this kind of gave me like Lazy Susan energy kind of thing. Like, I feel like this is a character that Lazy would choose to do. And it was kind of gay. I kind of liked it. And like, I don't know, there's something so like cool, calm, and collected about her in this challenge that she just kind of knew what she was doing. I think she decided she was also going to win this episode, but
yeah,
it was good. It was one of the better ones.
I agree. It's comparatively one of the better ones, I think.
Yeah,
because I love David Lynch. I don't know if the voice there wasn't like no effort, but she looked like somebody said that she looked like the Chucky and Tiffany's son, the non-binary son in Chucky series.
True. Okay, now I can't unsee it. That is so accurate.
So yeah, it was like a better, but like,
and I feel like that voice thing too. When she did the Golden Girls challenge, it was kind of the same voice.
Yeah.
And
just like go to old people voice.
But I feel like in other seasons, like sometimes Rue can be like, don't put a voice on, just like do your voice as a character. So I feel like that may have been something that was maybe going through her mind. But yeah, again, like she did a good job.
Yeah. And now we have Lexi Love as Gilbert Gottfried. What do we think?
I was so excited when she said she was doing this character because like I love that goddamn parrot from Lion King so much.
Yeah.
I was ready and I was like, you know what? I never in my life imagined Lexi Love and whatever his name is, Gilbert, in the same visual thing, but somehow it works. And like he's done so many of those like Comedy Central roasts. He's done so many of those incredible like iconic stand-up moments that there's a lot of stuff that she could pull from. But I kind of lived that she had no idea what she was doing. And I will say as well, Snatch Game, when you film it, is very weird. It's very quick. It's very fast. And if you sort of falter, it's not like they ask you the question again. It's like filming it live. So I imagine it's exactly sort of what happened in the room as it is on the show and what we saw, because they just kind of flow straight through. And if you fumble, it's like very hard to recover from.
I will say, I thought that Lexi being like, and stuff was part of the character until
it kind of was.
I kind of bought it, and then I realized later on, that was not on purpose.
I was waiting for like her to start yelling and like doing the laugh and like doing all of these things or like throwing some of those iconic lines out. But I feel like we also didn't see too much of Lexi. Like I feel like it was the Snatch Game has to edit a lot down to get to what makes it in the show. So there could have been other good moments, but maybe the editing focus was more on her dropping character, which may have been funnier. Who knows? Yeah. We'll never know.
I'm gonna say I did laugh at her. Maybe like not with her, but maybe at her, but still I still laughed. So her being, we'll talk about that, but there were some decisions that I do not agree with, but I do think I laughed. Next we have Sam Starr as Kim Gravel. I don't know who that is.
Neither do I. And I just felt this was Sam Starr in another blonde wig. It was camp, and she was very quick. Like the pace that she was responding to things was great. And I think she added a bit of up energy to the Snatch game. But I didn't have I didn't know who the character was. So I wasn't like in love or against it.
I felt like the strategy for Sam was a very copy paste of how Trinity, her mother, would play the Snatch game.
Grandmother.
Like,
very true.
Grandmother. No, mother. Sam would like cut in at the times exactly when Trinity would, but I don't think the jokes landed as well as when Trinity would cut
Trinity
in.
is funny.
They felt a little more staged.
Like say what you want about Trinity, but she's like actually a. Sorry, I don't want to be mean.
Do what I dare you.
I mean, Trinity actually has a personality. That's what I was.
Yes. You know what? What can you say? But I think like I did wish the Snatch game there was a little more like interaction between the girls too. Like I think some of the best moments of Snatch aren't when you're actually answering the question that you're given. I think it's a little like moments that you jump in with each other. I would like to see some more of that.
Next, we have Lana Ja Rae as Rosa Parks.
Yeah, and like when she said she was doing Rosa, I got so excited because like Simone as Harriet Tubman was great. And like I think taking like a civil rights figure or someone who's like so respected and like kind of playing with that a little, I was like, this is going to be great. But it wasn't great. It wasn't a car crash. It was like a full-on school bus collision. Like I'm talking speed, cruise control, whatever that movie was. Like, wow, the bus drove right off the bridge and everybody died.
The bus was not running after a while.
No, the bus was running the other way.
In the workroom when she said that, oh, she's just another girl who was just in the bus. Like I thought the perspective of like I thought it was going to be funny when she was talking in the workroom.
Same. And
I was so excited.
Oh, I was like, there's stuff you can do with that too. But then it kind of just was like, oh, you took my one joke that I was going to say. That also is the most obvious joke that you could make on this show about someone connected to a bus. Like,
And so like, if you're going to prepare, which I think she had prepared at least a joke, also prepare like what if somebody else says that, like you have to be like, what if RuPaul asks me is the bus still running, I need to have like a response. She just prepared but not enough, so it just
very that and I feel like once she sort of had that is the bus still running line, I think she scared herself into a corner and was like, I can't do anything, like I have nowhere to go. Snatch isn't one of the ones that you can sort of write every joke out and then sit there and wait to say them. It just doesn't ever work that way.
True. You have to be in the moment. Next we have Jules Sparkles as Miss Big Feet.
Loved it. And like, I know we've said like fictional characters or whatever, but I think this worked. And as soon as it was like, are you non-binary? I'm a woman. I was like, I'm obsessed. Like, this is so stupid. Like, she looked incredible. Even like the little, I just kept watching her when it was the whole group on screen. But like, well done. She was definitely like second place.
I agree. After going on this rant about fictional character, I'm going to stick by it. Like she was funny.
Yeah.
Ethically, I can't say she was good. It goes against my morals. Amanda, what did you think of this? Because I know she's your favorite, Jules Sparkles.
When have I ever been like, I hate Jules Sparkles?
Oh, no. I know what you're thinking, so.
Okay, well, I also thought that she did a good job and was an exception to the fictional character role. And I think she's more so than others because, well, I guess Cupid is also like technically a real like fictional character, but like Bigfoot is more of a character or a celebrity, I guess, than let's say like, I don't know, a figment of or a moment in time or whatever. Like it was more of a person than some of the other ones you could choose from that aren't real. And I thought it was funny.
And I feel like she was like the Bigfoot that did you see on TikTok ages ago, like years ago, there was that Bigfoot in the tutu that was just like running around. I was like, as soon as I saw her, I was like, I know that was the reference point. Like I can just see it. I enjoyed it.
What happened to her?
I think she got
I
shot
was-
in the woods.
Oh.
Next, we have Crystal Envy as Nicole Richie.
Do you know what? I think Monet and Lux said it best on the pit stop. She looked like the third character on White Chicks. Like she looked like I'm not kidding. Like I there was something that I looked at her and I was like, it's not Nicole Richie. It's absolutely not. I don't know who this is, but they're familiar as hell. And I don't know. It was not Nicole Richie whatsoever
at all. At all.
At all.
And I knew it was over for her when RuPaul asked about Lionel Richie,
Yeah.
and she did not know. And I was like,
She was
"Oh,
like,
you're
"He's
gone."
got lots of songs or whatever. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
It was like over. At that moment, I was like, yeah, she's in the bottom. Because RuPaul is like such a music lover. Like she loves her old school. I mean, I wouldn't say old school, but like she loves her music. So I was like, you're gone.
And like
girl.
knowing that too, you could like pre-plan that and just go in with like one or two song suggestions in your head that are like,
Yeah.
oh, and like, I don't know, explain some sort of funny story behind one of the music of one of the writing one of the songs or something. But
Yeah.
it was just like, oh, I wasn't ready for that question. All of them.
So, and I feel like a lot of these girls just did not research. Maybe a quick
No.
Google would be a great, just interesting. Anyways, last we have Kori King as Big Ange.
I love it. I loved it. I think I loved Big Ange, and I've been a fan of Big Ange for years and years. And I think when Pearl did Big Ange, I died. That was so hilarious. And then Kori, when she said Big Ange, I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. I could not complain about a single thing she did on the entire thing. I think she was hilarious.
Yeah.
So funny.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a snatch game that is like good, like really good, but they never end up on top, like for some reason. Like Pearl's Big Ange was like that. I remember Tan Mom when Amethyst played her.
Yes.
I thought it was so funny, but she like was not in the top. I felt the same. I thought Kori could have easily been in the top. Like she was I thought she was really funny. I laughed a lot at her.
And I thought she had it because she had so many like talking head moments through the episode too. I was like, oh, Kori's done really well. Like this is going to be Kori's challenge to win. Like I can feel it in my waters. But I don't know. I think between her, Onya, and Jules, I would have been happy with any of them to win, completely honestly. But yeah, she did very well.
Yeah, she was great. We're going to talk about the runway though. But overall, what did you think of the snatch game in general? Like, who was your standout if you had to pick one?
It was definitely Onya Nurve. I think Onya Nurve and Kori I will pick just because Onya's responses were great, but Kori's like interplay in between questions and like staying in character the whole time. Like I kept watching the both of them and I was like, these two, it's between one of them.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Anya's Eddie Murphy was the most universally appealing to all ages. Everyone will get it, not just a select group of people. So I think it made sense to put her in the top.
I agree. Who was the worst? Say it with 1, 2, 3. Say it with me. Cupid.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like going through my head in my list. I was like, there's a few to choose from. I would say Lana. I think Lana was the worst for me.
I agree. It felt like she'd given up. And I think Crystal, for me, honestly, was kind of in the same vein. I felt like those two had the same trajectory. Just like, good.
Yeah.
And like Lexi didn't do well either, I think famously. We'll probably chat about that soon. But I think like the way she didn't do well was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it felt like when you pick a character and you fail, like a celebrity and fail, it's funny because we kind of know, like for example, Jada Essence Hall when she played Prince, it was such a bad impersonation.
It was hilarious.
It was funny because we know that's not how Prince acts, so it's like funnier
at
than that.
all. Like it was like, it was when you're watching something so wrong, but like it's hilarious because it's so wrong. Like
exactly,
it was good.
Our guest judge today was Quinta Brunson. I just thought that I'd mention
Ah,
because I love Abbott Elementary. Um, do you guys
she's
like Quinta too?
Oh, I've
yeah,
loved
and
her since BuzzFeed.
Exactly.
was she BuzzFeed?
Yeah, she
Mm-hmm.
was like part of the thing.
Fierce. No,
And
I think
she,
she had such a good energy on this episode too. Has she done an episode of Drag Race before?
no.
I swear, she felt like a seasoned judge. Like she'd done this before. She walked in. She was hilarious.
Yeah. I like when they get, if it's like a comedy challenge, they get like a funny person on the panel. Because I remember Ali Wong a few years back was like
Yeah.
really good with her critiques. And so same with Quinta. Like you need a guest judge who has seen the show and is actually part of that thing. And it's great critiques. I really loved her in this episode.
Oh,
Moving on, we have Nails on the Runway.
First up, we have Jewel Sparkles. What do you think?
I loved it. I think it gave me a similar shape to her design challenge look from last week with the three and the bodysuit kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I love it. For me, it's a good old chew. It's a good old eat. I like it.
Woo!
I don't want to sound dumb, but what are the nails supposed to be? Like, what is the story?
I did think it was a little Edward Scissorhandsy, but yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
you know, her face looks good, so I'll give her a no.
Mm.
You know,
Mhm.
I didn't get the, I don't know what that was. So,
The
and
full judgery.
yeah, I just didn't. Next up,
Next up, we have Susie Toot.
You know what? This was not even a devour. This is when you go to a buffet, you slam both hands on
Yeah.
the table, the entire thing, and everything goes down the mouth at the same time. The reveal, the face on the back of the head, the turnaround. Not a single word of complaint. I'm not mad. I'm screaming the house down. I was obsessed.
do you think she reheated? Lazy Susan's nachos?
Possibly. Quite possibly.
I give this an 8 as well. I just thought it was so smart. And apparently it still is 1920s with the Iron
yeah,
Maiden
yeah.
of it all.
Okay.
So I was like,
True.
okay, staying in concept of Susie Toot, but it
Yeah.
doesn't like feel like too old.
Yeah. Oh, I loved this too. It's a devour for me as well. I
Ooh.
really loved it. For the
So
first time, we've said devour to a Susie Toot runway. That's,
Woo!
good.
you know what? Cheers to that.
Oh, and next we have Corey King.
Yeah, like you know what? If you do a love heart lip, it's just a personal thing. I'm gonna regurgitate just because of the lip. No, not just because of the lip, also because
Of
of
the look.
Mona Lisa's bob. The bodysuit that it was off the rack, and just it was nails, and I was like, why are you a mime? I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm also gonna give it a regurgitate. I appreciate the effort, I think.
Ooh.
I will say I ate it, but I couldn't digest it, so I had a diarrhea. So it's regurgitate.
Yeah.
I just think somebody, I forgot who, was it Eve who said that she's purposely wearing bad runways so that she can upgrade herself on All Stars.
You know
my
what? Possibly.
I support bobs. Like I love a good bob, but this was not even a bob. This was like a strand.
Yeah.
I needed a little bit of volume. Like it's so, love Corey though. This is why she wasn't in the top, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, one of the reasons. Yeah. Oh.
Next we have Lexi Love.
Love it. 8, full stop. Flawless. The face looks incredible. The jewelry is great. The outfit was perfect. And her Cher impersonation was kind of gay too. So
yeah.
8 for me.
Yes. I also give it an 8. I think she looks so good. And I love the nails, the hand-painted Cher portraits. I don't know if y'all saw, there was a TikTok of the nail artist who showed the behind-the-scenes process of it all. That was so cool.
It's so, like, when she came in, I was like, oh, I wonder, because I did see the nails, and I was like, oh, okay, nails on the runway. But then getting the closer look, I love that little detail. I wonder if the judges got to see that too.
Yeah, I was, and like it's an interesting. I did like it as a runway category too, like nails. It took me like I think 2 or 3 girls walking out on the runway to be like, oh, like nails. I get it.
Nails.
Okay, but this was great, and those nails
This
were
was-
heaven.
Yeah, I'll give her an 8 too. I wonder why nobody did like nails.
True. I feel like that was kind of because I think Susie's one gave me that old torture chamber
Yeah.
Yeah.
the thingy, especially with her
True.
reveal. I don't know if that was. Oh no, that probably was. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Or
say
maybe
that
they
was
could-
maybe nails.
Yeah. Maybe they could do like a different other word of nail. Like she nailed it.
Next, we have I'm the alpha, I'm the leader, I'm the one to trust. Crystal Envy.
You know what? I'm gonna give this a nibble. I'm gonna give this a good old nibble. Like in between a nibble and an 8, because I liked it a little bit more than a nibble, but I didn't 100% love it. But it was a good look. It was a gay look.
Yeah, I'll give it a nibble. It was fun to see her really commit to the character.
Yeah.
It was kind of but I also did like the toenails. I thought that was fun.
The toenails was great. And
Oh.
the legs gave me, was it Geneva Carr that did the
Oh, yeah.
leg hair? I was like, I
Hair
see it.
braid.
I see it.
Isn't that crazy? She
That's
braids. That's why. Like when she appeared like for her first episode and they showed like a close up of like the photos, I was like, oh, like
Okay.
she means literally. I was thought
Yeah.
it was like a bit. No, it's like actually braiding.
It's a side career, 100%.
She should also start doing back hairs.
Oh, well, I've got plenty. She can start with me.
Next DragCon, she's gonna set up a booth.
Perfect.
Nero, what do you give this?
Regurgitate. I don't like it.
Okay.
I just think that Wolfman, like I get sexy Wolfman, but I want it full furry, like Simone as like that, the furry suit. Like I wanted that.
Oh,
Like
yeah, that was heaven.
yeah. So I needed her to go full on. I didn't care for this. Sorry, that's too mean. But
Next, we have Anya Nurve.
Absolutely loved it. I'm going to
Yeah.
give this a devour as well.
Same.
That hair alone was like, do you remember the hair show? I used to watch it on YouTube all the time. It just gave that energy down. It was like, it was just so her as well. It was like perfect for her and her personality. Like it was such a good look. I'm a big damn fan.
That's what I was expecting when they said nails. Like I thought people were going to incorporate nails in like a different ways, and I'm glad that she did that with the hair. Because I was fully expecting somebody to actually wear a dress made out of nails.
Made out of nails, yeah.
But nobody did that. But this is fantastic to me. It'll devour. I really think the headpiece, the hair is like everything. It's great.
Perfect. It's so good.
Next, we have Sam Star.
I loved the nails as syringes. I loved that. I really loved the hair. But the outfit itself, I feel like I've seen something really similar before, but I couldn't remember who had done it.
It was, I think it wasn't, it was like seeming. Fuck, I forgot her name. The big ass. Acacia. Acacia.
Oh,
Acacia
yes.
did that in All Star 6.
Something real similar. And like, I really love the outfit. Like, I'm going to give it an A. Oh, I'm going to give it a nibble. I'm going to give it a nibble because I did love it. I was just so stuck in like where have I seen this before? Like, I've seen something very similar, but loved the nails as syringes. I think that was really camp.
Yes, I agree. I'm also going to give this a nibble. I feel like I've seen it more times than I probably actually have. It was just a little too familiar for me.
You see people in Tennessee just wearing syringe nails.
Just going shopping.
Well, yes. The LA transplants have come here now, so I see it everywhere.
Wow. Okay.
What do you give this, Niru? Tell us your thoughts.
I'll give it a nibble. When I think of when I see like syringe nails, I immediately think of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3.
Oh yeah,
where Freddy Krueger has that. She should have done that. But we're not talking about what she should have done, what she did. The dress is not. Yeah, I agree with you guys. It's a nipple for me. The shoes, at least they go well together. But
For once, Nir is not complaining about the shoes. I'm very surprised. Next, we have Lana Ja Rae.
And I think I saw, first of all, it's an 8 full stop. It's an 8, absolutely. But afterwards, I saw a little thing saying the inspo could have been Violet Chachki at I think it was the Life Ball in Amsterdam or in Europe with the hand around the waist with the gloves.
Yeah.
I loved this. I thought she just looks so... I mean, are we surprised? Lana on a runway is incredible. Like,
it's always
gorgeous.
She just looks correct. Anyways,
yes. I also give this an 8. I thought she looked so beautiful. Like I could see this on like a Vogue, like a cover of Vogue or something. Like it's perfect.
I'll give it an 8 too. I just think, and I love Lana so much. It's the way she presents it on the runway. Because the stage has become so bigger now. I really hope that next week, or I mean, later in the future, like gives it a bigger, like the walk. I need it to be so. It has to be its thing where I just immediately be like, oh wow, it's coming through. Like the look is just getting, because she looks so good. I wish she had come in and be more like, I don't know, just exaggerated a little bit more about the sexiness and just the elegance, because it's a great look. It's just the way she's presenting it. I think she could really work on that, and it's going to be incredible. So you said this reminded you of Violet Chachki, but this didn't remind you of Queen Kong's entrance look?
True, actually.
Wow, you don't care about your down under sister.
You don't how dare you? No, I did love that too. I think anytime that you're grabbing someone by the waist, I think that's gorgeous. I'm a fan. Yeah.
And next we have Acacia Forgot.
I don't actually remember seeing this on the thing, but I wasn't.
Me neither. I was gonna say
what? I was at a viewing party on Saturday watching this, and yes, I was like 6 vodka Red Bulls deep. So by that stage, I couldn't have seen really anything. But looking at it now, I'm going to give it a nibble. I'm going to give it a nibble. It's very like one of the citizens of Oz in Wicked a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm between nibble and regurgitate on this one. Maybe I'm gonna give it a nibble. I'm being nice today. I don't remember it. Like, how am I supposed to love it if I don't remember Isn't
that crazy? I don't remember her snatch game. I don't remember her like.
No,
she's been forgotten.
I guess, yeah. In case we forgot,
and we did.
Wait, Vybe, can you say Acacia Forgot? I want to know if it works in her accent, like your accent, the name.
Acacia Forgot.
It doesn't see even in Australia.
It's close. It's close. It's really close.
Like, I don't get it. Acacia Forgot, in case you forgot. It doesn't work.
Acacia, yeah. I mean, I guess I would have hated the name more if it was in Acacia Forgot, but Acacia Forgot, yeah.
Maybe it's like a case you forgot.
A case of forgot.
Which is what's happening to her. It's like, nibble. It's just it's a look. What is she supposed to be, like the Swiss people, like Red Cross?
Couldn't tell you because I don't remember a thing about this runway.
Well, as soon as you said Swiss, then I was like, is she a Swiss Army knife? But I don't know.
Oh, she is. That's what it was.
Okay. Look at me.
All coming back to me now.
I know hardware. Yeah.
Yes. And each nail was a different part of the Swiss Army knife. Yes.
Okay, Cam.
Oh my
All
God.
right. See, look, we're learning together. We're learning together.
Well, the concept was concepting. We'll give her that.
And look, we figured it out together. We wouldn't have gotten to this point if we didn't chat about it. So
took 3 brains, but we got the job done.
I'm proud of us.
It's such an intellectual look that she really, she went to the lab to figure the actual competence and everything. So,
women in STEM. Women in STEM.
Next we have Arietty.
Devoured, full stop. I think this was so gorgeous. It was such a fantasy. The makeup, Arietty's makeup is always flawless, but
Yeah.
just the hands and like everything about this, I was so like, this is flawless. Absolutely loved it.
I also give this a devour. It was so cute, and like I'm
Mm,
glad she got to do her typical nose contour that she likes
yes.
to do.
I enjoyed this. I'll give her an 8. Also,
Mm,
when they announced that it was Snatch Game, she had like a confessional, like, "Oh, another comedy challenge."
yeah.
What do you think of that? Like, it's Drag Race. Everything is a
I
comedy
mean,
challenge.
yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, it's also TV. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, even if it wasn't Drag Race, it's in that like vein of everything's got to be funny or incredibly
yeah,
dramatic.
yeah.
So, yeah, I would approach every episode like it's a comedy challenge.
Mhm.
Exactly.
I forget if it was
And
Nero. Did you
oh no,
say that? You said some. No, someone else must have said it. Like you got to go in knowing that there are more comedy challenges
yeah,
than there will be design challenges.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's 80% of Drag Race is like a comedy challenge. Like there's
Mm.
Mhm.
some form of comedy. Um, Also, I was gonna be a little mean and say like every episode is a comedy challenge for you, even design challenge. But then I remember you were actually a really good designer, so I'll just
Yeah.
save that for Bombae later. No, even she designs really well. So I don't know who am I gonna save that for, but I'm gonna save that in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Lydia B. Collins.
You know what? I love Lydia, but I feel like I've seen this kind of shape head piece thing in like 3 or 4 of her runways.
Mm.
Um, it's definitely not a bad job. I love the idea with the nails of being, look, I don't really know what it is, but I like it. So I'm going to give it a nibble. But yeah, I feel like this sort of multiple thing going onto the head in
Yeah.
the same shape we've seen a couple of times.
I agree. I think I'm gonna give it. Mm, I'm gonna give it a nibble. I also
Yeah.
agree. I feel like I've seen her in like similar colors.
Yeah, I also when she like came on and before she explained it, I was so confused. Like, okay, I get baby hands and I get the nails, but like, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm being dragged back to the earth by the babies, the souls of babies that I sacrificed, or something." I forgot what it was exactly, but even with that, I was like, "Why?
Okay.
Why are they only grabbing you from your head?"
Yeah. Or even if she had like pulled her face in different
Yeah.
ways to like
Mm.
kind of do that, that may have would have been like more of a, I would have loved it more, but yeah.
So
Mhm.
the story didn't come across, but I do like the nails because
Yeah.
it's nails on
I
the
like the
runway.
action nails. Like if it was
Yeah,
that in the blue dress, it
Mhm.
was kind of like vampire-y more
yeah,
than dead babies pulling you back to earth.
yeah.
Mhm. Nero, what do
I'll
you
give her
give
a
this?
nibble. Nibble.
Nibble? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh. So now that we have, who's your favorite runway of this episode?
Favorite runway, I think, has to be Susie Toot.
Mhm.
And who's your two least favorite runways you have to pick that you
Two
want to
least
burn the dress?
favorite. Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna say Lydia and you know what? Only because I'm looking at everything else on the runway now. Lydia and Crystal.
Lydia and Crystal. Wow.
Mm.
And so not Corey. You don't want to.
I forgot about Corey. Lydia and Corey. There we go. We'll get rid of
Also,
Lydia and
Acacia,
Corey together.
you want to keep Swiss Army knife.
Well, yeah. In comparison to Corey, see, I've already forgotten. I have a horrible memory, so we're going on this journey together. But yeah, I will say Lydia. Yeah, Lydia and Corey.
Mhm.
And so our tops of this episode were Onya Nurve, and then Jewel Sparkles, and
Mhm.
who was it?
Okay, Nero, I got this for you. The tops of the week were Anya Nerve, Lexi Love, Jewel Sparkles? Question mark.
See, you didn't know either.
Oh,
Not you trying to. I think it was Jules.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there were bottom four for some reason, but Lexi was like high safe.
Mm.
It was like weird because Lexi was critiqued too. And then the bottoms were obviously Arietty, and then Lana Ja Rae, and Crystal Envy. So do you agree with the placements? Do you think?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I definitely think they got like the tops were right.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think Arietty was saved by the runway, full stop.
Mhm.
And yeah, Lexi, I get what they were saying, but I feel like she could have been in the at least like tops and bottoms grouping and then just sort of skated through to safe.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they really put her, like they brought her on stage, like kept her on stage, and the critiques she got was like positive. So I
Yeah.
thought, oh, she stopped. But then I
Mm.
heard people say that she's like safe, like it was just critiques, safe with critiques. But then why even do that?
Yeah, it was weird. And like, yes, she's hilarious and yes, she's funny. And I think like we will be seeing her until the end of this competition.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I
100%.
feel like it would have been less of a surprise to hear them critique her a bit harder.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Because it really, even Michelle, out of everybody saying, oh, you were so unfunny, terrible, I hated it, you should be, banned from Snatch Game, but you were so good.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
girl,
okay.
the badunka dunk has dunk her head.
It has hit the head right on the nail.
So we find out that the bottom two queens were Crystal Envy and Lana Ja Rae. And do you agree with, first of all, that they were the right bottoms?
Mhm.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
You don't.
I think Arietty should have been there. I don't care about the runway.
Yeah.
Like she should have been, because, like I said, like you're in, like runway is a part of the show, but like if you're not gonna do consistently at least well in a comedy challenge, like I don't know, it's
Yeah.
kind of have to be in the bottom at least once.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have put Arietty, but she got eliminated and came back.
True.
Yes.
Very true.
So well, she was
Mhm.
safe. I don't mind it, but I would have put her in the bottom. But anyways, the lip sync song was "Hands to Myself" by
Mm.
Selena Gomez from the critically acclaimed movie Emilia Perez. What do you think?
This lip sync was wild. I think like Lana is just a goddess. Like
Yeah.
I was excited to see her lip sync this week only
Mhm.
because of the lip sync that she gave us.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was almost very like drag is a contact sport in this one.
Yeah,
Like,
they were
we
like
really
really.
sort of like bumping into each other. And I thought at one stage that Lana actually stepped on Crystal's head for a second. I was like, oh no, she didn't. She didn't, thank God. But like it was very like they were going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Also,
one was
like-
hard to watch just because of that.
Yeah.
And the wig falling off. And the front
Also,
roll
yeah.
from Crystal Envy again.
Yeah. And people are saying Crystal won. Do you agree? Like,
No, I think
Yeah.
none of them, like both of them did a really damn good job of the lip sync. I will say that. But I just think the way that Lana just went for it and like
yeah.
she did everything from kind of like just standing there and delivering and looking gorgeous to like a strut back from the back of the runway to the trick where she lost the wig, but you know what,
Yeah.
I love that she just picked it the fuck back on,
Put it
put it
back
on and continued. I was like, good on you, girl. Like, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, I definitely think Lana won in my mind.
I agree. Also, like Crystal, people are saying, "Oh, she." But the thing is that the song is "Hands to Myself." It's supposed to be sexual. It's a sexy song, and she was
Yeah.
doing like this. She was like doing all the splits and everything, and I'm like, "Girl, this is not. This is not. What are you doing?" I
Yeah,
just
the
think
energy wasn't matching.
at all. And so for that reason alone, I think Lana definitely won this 100%. And people saying Crystal's one are just biased, which honestly work because I'm biased too. But it just it was just so like, girl, why are you splitting? It's supposed to be hands to myself, not your coochie on the floor. Like
That too.
it's just so. Anyways, we find out that Crystal Envy was eliminated and Lana Ja Rae was safe. I guess you agree, but do you think?
But Oh, yeah, sorry, you go.
Oh no. Do you think that her track record should have saved her, like Crystal Envy? 'Cause she
I
has been
was
consistently-
surprised. I was surprised that Crystal went in this episode. I think, based on the lip sync, yes, Lana won. But like you said, I feel like it was a little bit up for debate who was really in the top and the bottom and all of that. Well, not the top, who was really in the bottom and worthy of lip syncing this week.
Yeah.
Because I could have seen Crystal go a lot further, but unfortunately, it's how the cards fell.
Yeah. I just think that they should have saved her from just lip syncing altogether. Because in the way, like, I think choosing who lip syncs, unless it's like so offensively bad, track record should come into play. Like for RuPaul,
Yeah.
at least thinking, but like, oh yeah, she's been doing really good. This was the time she slipped, so I'm gonna put her safe. So
I did for a second think it could have been a double save too, but
ooh. Yeah, the badunka dunk kind of.
Yeah.
So I would have just made Crystal safe, but lip sync, after you lip sync, it has to be up to the lip sync. So for that reason,
Right.
like Lana 100% won. What if you had been eliminated early? What would you think? Do you think it would be fair?
I mean, well, I think it would have just been completely up to what challenge it was and what the reasoning was and how everyone else did. I think
that one episode where you're in the bottom. What if you went home then?
Oh, you know what? I expected to lip sync that. I expected to lip sync that week, but I think when we watched that episode back, and everyone was just confused as to what the hell happened and what the challenge was and how it was judged, I was like, okay, so I wasn't the only one thinking like, what the fuck are we doing? But yeah, I mean, I feel like you can't be mad if you ever do sort of go up to lip sync and go home because it's just the name of the game. It's just how it has to go.
Yeah.
That was the episode. So overall, what do you think? You like this episode?
I did. I feel like I do wish the snatch was a little bit stronger across the board, but I mean, it gave us some great moments. It gave us some characters that I hope people will never do again. And it was a camp lip sync, so can't complain.
I agree. Also, I heard, was it Jack? Somebody said that now queens come into the show wanting to market themselves from the get-go. So they don't put any effort in Snatch Game because they can get by just playing themselves, kind of marketing themselves. Do you agree with that? Do you think that that's what happened this episode?
Yeah, maybe. Because like I know queens come in with a very strong, this is who I am, this is the drag that I do. But I think it's a lot smarter to just go in and say, I can do everything. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to do it as Vybe would do something or as, you know, the queen that it is would approach a challenge. I think if you can just go in and do something, well, that's just more power to you. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather be a chameleon than a gecko. I don't know. I was trying to compare something to a chameleon. I was like, I don't know what's similar to it.
Oh, you'd rather be a chameleon than a monitor lizard.
Thank you. Yeah, a salamander.
A salamander. So, you know, before we end this, I have two more questions. One, if there was a Drag Race Down Under All-Stars, pick 4 queens you want to be against, and one has to be Mini Cooper.
Yes.
Well, Mini Cooper, absolutely. I will say that down hard out. Coco Jumbo, absolutely. Gonna have to say that.
Yeah.
Only because she's done it a couple of times now, and I love seeing her on my screen. Hanaconda.
Oh yeah.
And how many is that? Is that 3?
3.
And one more. Who else do I want to see? Anita Wiglet. I would love to see Anita Wiglet come back. She's a giggle.
So you said fuck your season 4 sisters. They don't deserve to come back. Is
well,
that what you're doing?
Actually, yeah, fuck them.
Well, that was one from each season, right?
I think
basically.
So. I think so. No, but see, I also want Ivory Glaze and Max and Freya and Mandy. Maybe that's a whole cast. I'll just cast it. There we go.
If they do Drag Race Down Under, they probably want to do a main season.
Do you think? Possibly. I don't know. We're in a weird little corner of the world, so it's very strange to try and anticipate what is and isn't around the corner. So who knows?
I love Drag Race Down Under. Like
me too.
Season 2 onwards,
2 and 4
just been incredible.
Best ones.
Yeah, biased, but I agree.
Yeah.
And my final question for you is, who do you think is going to win season 17 of Drag Race and why?
I think it's on your nerve, to be completely
Mm.
honest. I have a
You're locking
feeling it
in?
will be on your nerve and Lexi Lover's top
Oh, you
two.
can't pick two people. You have to pick one.
Okay, well, on your nerve is going to win. I think she's already got 2 wins under her belt, and she's got like, I haven't seen her be given a challenge and her not be able to do it in a really
Mm.
good way yet. Like, I
Okay.
haven't seen her
Mm.
really struggle.
I'm loving this season, like as a whole, the drama and everything. But I'm having such a hard time connecting with most of the queens. It's just for some reason I'm like, there are a few queens I love, like Onya, Lexi, like I'm obsessed. Like Lana, I love, and she's a friend, right?
Mm.
I haven't seen a queen, and this is nothing. This is not me being nasty. I genuinely love everybody. Well, but the thing is that nobody in here besides those, and out of the eliminated queens, Joella, who has made me feel like, oh, I want to go to their show or something. Like I want to
Mm.
like, you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. There's a lot of queens that I am falling in love with, but some are just like I kind of forget that they're there a little bit. And I
Exactly.
Mm.
don't think it's because of them. I think it's because some have a big personality, and I
Mhm.
just if you don't rise to meet that, then you just sort of fade into the background.
I
Mhm.
agree. It's like there's a few. Sometimes a season comes along where you genuinely connect with everybody. Like I
Yeah.
think season 4 of Down Under had that. Like I
Mhm.
really
Mm.
genuinely really enjoyed all of these queens. But this season it's been kind of hard. It's there, but it's just not there. So
Mhm.
thank you so much, Vibe, for coming. Like you've been so much
Ah,
fun. Like
thank you for having
always,
me.
it's a key when we're talking to the Down Under queens, especially the ones
Mhm.
that we love. So you know what? Love you. Like genuinely, really, thank you
Yes.
so much for coming in.
Oh, love you both right back. And if you ever need me to jump on and read the shit out of someone, you let me know.
Exactly. Okay.
Oh, we will. Oh, we will.
Vibe, you were such a vibe.
Thank
Call the
you.
boy.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me, my
Thank
loves. It was a
you.
lot
Thank
of fun to chat this episode with
you.
you. And I'm very happy we got to talk Snatch Game too.
Yeah,
Thank
Right?
especially after your season snatch game.
Ah, absolutely.
Yes.
I'd love
Thank
to say we broke the curse, but I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Maybe we slightly did. We just did a little salt protection ring around it.
Yeah,
We were like,
Yeah,
let's,
yeah.
like
we'll
if
see.
you look through a microscope, you definitely did.
Yes, exactly. The white blood cells are starting
Yeah.
to attack.
Mhm. All right. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.
Bye.
Mwah.